In the western Atlantic Ocean, a loosely defined region is bounded by Miami, the island of Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. On December 5, 1945, 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers departed Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale for a routine training exercise. The squadron, designated Flight 19, failed. His transmissions became increasingly disoriented. He struggled to discern his location, eventually noting they were entering white water before the frequency went dead. Within minutes, the Navy scrambled 2 PBM Mariner flying boats to search the last known coordinates. 10 minutes into the mission, one of those rescue planes, carrying 13 men, never transmitted again. Despite an extensive 5-day search covering 250,000 square miles, rescuers found no wreckage, no oil slicks, and no survivors. 6 aircraft and 27 men had vanished from the official record without a trace. Following the war, earlier maritime disasters were retroactively linked to the disappearance of Flight 19. This included the 1918 loss of the USS Cyclops, a naval collier that went missing with over 300 men on board. For centuries, these losses were documented simply as the inherent cost of navigating a treacherous sea. They were considered isolated tragedies rather than parts of a unified phenomenon. The region only received its modern identity in 1964. Writer Vincent Gaddis coined the term Bermuda Triangle in an article for Argosy, a pulp magazine dedicated to sensational tales of mystery and ghost fiction. The popularization of the term suggests a dark, physics-defying anomaly, but it may instead be a statistical illusion fueled by decades of sensational journalism. To understand the rate of disappearances, we have to look at the baseline traffic. This region is one of the most heavily congested shipping and air lanes on the planet, a primary route between the Americas and Europe. When thousands of commercial and private vessels travel through a confined space over hundreds of years, the mathematical probability of accidents increases. Compared to other heavily trafficked global oceans, the rate of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is statistically normal. The true anomaly appears to be a psychological bias. We have a tendency to group these localized sinkings under a single mythical umbrella rather than viewing them as independent accidents. The waters here are influenced by the Gulf Stream, a powerful and fast-moving ocean current that triggers rapid, unpredictable changes in local weather. This current acts as a corridor for weather systems. The majority of Atlantic tropical storms and hurricanes pass directly through this zone. When multiple storms converge, they can generate rogue waves, freak walls of water that can reach over 100 feet tall. These waves strike with almost zero warning. They contain enough kinetic energy to swamp a small boat, or snap a ship in half long before a distress signal can be sent. Below the surface, the region's topography is equally extreme. The seabed transitions sharply from shallow reefs to sudden, massive drop-offs. Some of the deepest trenches in the world are located here, making sunken vessels nearly impossible to locate. The geography of this region is naturally optimized to destroy vessels quickly and conceal their wreckage permanently. When military investigators reviewed the logs for Flight 19, they focused on the lead pilot's equipment. Taylor had reported that both of his compasses were malfunctioning shortly before the squadron lost its bearings. The squadron ran out of fuel and ditched in rough seas, while the PBM Mariner rescue plane was a model known to have a history of fuel leaks and mid-air explosions. Alternative theories focus on methane hydrates, suggesting that massive undersea gas blowouts could cause the water to lose density. This sudden loss of buoyancy would cause a ship to drop and sink instantly without producing the debris field typical of a storm. However, data from the U.S. Geological Survey states that no significant methane releases have occurred in the Bermuda Triangle for 15,000 years. Between human error and geological hypotheses, scientists have established plausible physical explanations for these events that do not require supernatural intervention. Modern technology has largely ended the era of unexplained vanishings. Satellite tracking, GPS, and advanced weather forecasting allow for real-time monitoring of every vessel in the region. When tragedies occur today, they are no longer mysteries. The 2015 sinking of the SS Alfaro left a clear record of its final hours. Modern tracking data confirmed that the ship did not vanish into a void. It was overcome by an extreme hurricane that circled directly over its last known position. For earlier sailors, the ocean was a space of terrifying unknowns. Ghost stories provided a way for the public to categorize the chaos of the sea. The Bermuda Triangle myth was a human attempt to make sense of maritime tragedy. In reality, the ocean remains a space where local weather and physical geography dictate the terms of survival.